So apparently obese is a slur now, which is crazy. I didn't even know that.
If you complain about getting made fun of on the internet while you simultaneously act like a retard on the internet, you're an idiot. In conclusion, don't complain about things which you can solve through your own actions, okay? Yep. I thought this would be common sense by now, but clearly the internet has reduced all of our IQ. And for some reason, I don't feel like it's gonna get any better anytime soon. It won't. But easily one of the dumbest communities on the internet is the body positivity, fat liberation, body diversity, plus size, literally every single other word under the sun other than what they actually are. Obese. You are obese, okay? You can call it whatever you want. It is not gonna change that fact. We've been over this several times. Like I've said in those previous several times, no one cares that you're obese. If you want to sit down and eat pizza and ice cream all day, go ahead, okay? We don't care. People only start making fun of you when you complain about being overweight. You can't cry and whine about things.
The US hates fat people. I bet they do.
Privilege when you sit down and eat enough food to feed a family of 4.
Oh my
These people are so tone deaf it hurts to watch. I've literally seen some accounts on TikTok where they'll go, oh my god, my jeans won't fit, they need to make bigger jeans, and then they'll
somebody gets too fat for their clothes and they start blaming the store.
Simultaneously post what I eat in a day, and it's the worst food ever. Like, the solution to your problem is right there. But the worst thing these people do is that they'll genuinely convince themselves that there's nothing wrong with being obese. Do I need to go over why that just doesn't make any sense? I've done it before, so I don't think I need to, but I will say that looking like this can, will, and is going to kill you. And is 100% gonna cause you health issues down the line. Like heart problems, kidney problems, joint problems, bone problems. I'm not saying that people who aren't fat don't have these problems, but I am saying that if you are fat...
I think here's the problem. This is why everybody gets annoyed by this shit. Here's the thing. Some people treat their body like a temple. I treat mine like a zoo. I eat fast food every day. I drink soda constantly. I live like an absolute animal. And you know what I don't do? I don't say, hey guys, this is normal. Oh, this is normal. That's the reason why people are annoyed. It's not that it's happening. It's that you're trying to tell us it's normal. And I think that's unhealthy. Because young girls see that and they're like, oh, it's okay. No, it's not.
You are much more likely to have these problems. They love the delusion of fat just being a body type. No one in their right mind would want to look like this. Absolutely no one. It's just in recent times there's been a really weird push into glorifying this stuff. The silly health at all size, my body is beautiful, for some reason become a main statement in today's modern media. And it just keeps getting worse. The word obese trending on Twitter. Now you're probably wondering, why was the word obese trending? Well, now the word obese, medical term obese, is considered a slur. Yes, a slur. The word should now be censored and treated like the N-word. Honestly, I couldn't make this up even if I tried. Even though I have zero expectations of anyone on the internet, I'm still somehow disappointed.
I can always identify someone who doesn't have a great grasp on history if they see medicalization as a stamp of inherent virtue. This comes up a lot when I talk about how the word obese is a slur. At least one person will always pop their head out of the ground to say, obese is a medical term.
But it quite literally is. It says it right here. It's a medical condition that people can get diagnosed with.
You know what else used to be a medical term? Like a lot of bad shit we don't say anymore, because we realized it was stigmatizing as fuck and it actively harmed people.
You know what else actively harms people? Obesity. And unlike words, obesity actually harms people on a biological level. It's a health problem. People are still gonna suffer from obesity whether you call it obesity or not. My God.
Science and language are both constantly evolving and updating. The medical establishment is not exempt from this.
Well, science isn't necessarily updating. Our understanding of science is updating. These are two very different things.
Anything, it's actually a particularly strong example of how this happens. We don't need to look too far back into history at all to see how medical terminology and practices change.
The reason why medical practices change is due to technological advances.
Yeah, the real reason why it's changed is because the better, more effective solution was discovered. That's the reason why it gets changed. So it's like, yeah, this is really bad. Okay, maybe we should wash our hands because we've done testing and we have done experimentation that has led us to this conclusion.
Is her argument here that science is just outdated and that there's nothing unhealthy about being overweight?
More importantly, when a marginalized group tells you that a word or practice harms them, you can just go ahead and believe them.
Nope. I don't think so.
My point here is you can call it whatever you want, it's not going to change the fact that obesity is an underlying medical condition. And if you view that as offensive, well then that kind of contradicts your entire fat liberation argument. I thought it was okay to be morbidly obese. Why is it now all of a sudden a word that shouldn't be said?
Just a reminder that I am very fat and very sexy. And I am 100% glorifying obesity.
Go ahead, do whatever you want. Now, I'm sure there's probably some dude out there that thinks that she's hot, and go ahead. Like, I don't care. The problem is, like, it's not that you're fat. Like, you be fat all you want. Who cares? But I just don't want to hear about how it's healthy.
Obesity is a noun, and it doesn't describe how large something is.
The word obese is an adjective. So, no, you're wrong.
We don't say that that house is obese.
The word obese is used to describe people, genius.
The term obesity comes with judgment. Not a judgment of the size of that person, but of how they became large.
What are
What?
you talking about? By definition, it literally is used to describe how large someone is. At this point, you're just throwing in random shit in to make it sound like you know what you're talking about. The word obese is a chronic disease that impairs health, okay? It's not gonna change the fact that being obese is bad for you. It's not neutral, it's bad for you.
Yeah, it is.
The word comes from Latin, meaning to overeat, which puts the blame on the larger person.
Where else is the blame supposed to go?
As if food carries moral value. It doesn't, and we should stop using this word.
Well, obviously it doesn't hold moral value, it's just food.
Yeah, these are people, they change the word on it. They think it's going to convince people it's different.
I don't like that word. Can we change it? I want to change the word to round. You want it to be plus size. You want it to be morbid. It doesn't make a difference because the health problems that obesity cause are still gonna be there. Oh god, these people are so brain dead.
Why is it offensive to call someone fat who is fat?
Hello, certified fat person here, and I'm more than happy to answer your question if you really do want an answer, which I'm not so sure you do.
Just get on with it.
To start, I refer to myself as fat, and I don't care if other people refer to me as fat, and that's because I don't see the word fat as a bad word. Even if someone tries to insult me by saying you're fat, my response is yes and.
I mean, yeah, she's not wrong.
Right.
It's not a bad word. It's just a pretty bad health condition.
Like, being mean to somebody for being fat is fundamentally being mean.
Like many other words in our language, the word fat has a dark history where it has been used to belittle, insult, and dehumanize.
Being fat is not a good thing. It's not a body type like in a video game. No, it actually has consequences in real life. The way you talk about being fat is like it's like being short or having a big nose or having big lips or some shit like that. Those are inherent characteristics which you can't change.
So for a lot of people, it's very difficult to shake this history when they hear the word fat.
Because it's an inherently bad thing. High blood pressure, high cholesterol, bone and joint issues, digestion issues. Do I even need to go on?
And so if someone you deem fat prefers to refer to their body as curvy or plus size, they have every reason in the world to do so, and you need to respect it. Thanks.
There's a big difference. So, like, plus sized is basically the same as being fat, right? But curvy is not being fat. This is not the same thing.
Whether you call it obese or not, it's still gonna be not good. But I guess this rational use of logic can't be expected from Fat Talk. Another app that rational thought process can't be given to is Twitter. People of Twitter even got mad at PewDiePie for being a happy, loving father.
You know, karma's a bitch, if not a myth, because if anyone deserves to suffer horribly, it's this Swedish piece of shit with an AI-generated picture of a space marine from Warhammer 40k. Like, what the fuck?
Fat Talk is one thing, but Twitter is another planet, man. Abe, obesity is a medical slur. Love your body. If you want to exercise and eat healthier, that's great. But don't be scammed and bullied into making yourself smaller. There is nothing wrong with being fat. When you see the fat-phobic slur obesity, replace the word in your mind with fat people or fat children. And then see how the headline or proposal reads.
People with morbidly obese fat children should have their kids taken away from them and be charged with child abuse or neglect. How about that? Seems pretty fair to me.
Oh god. Anything you propose to do about the fatphobic slur obesity is something you're proposing to do to fat people. And the reason why the word is a slur is because it makes you forget that fat people are people.
Oh god. Oh god, like this is amazing. How does this, where do these people come from?
No. Whenever someone makes the statement that they want to get rid of obesity, they're talking about the illness obesity. Obesity isn't a group of people, it's a health condition. Whenever someone says I want to get rid of cancer, they're not saying they want to kill everyone with cancer. They're saying they want to get rid of the illness. The term obese is a slur. Violent, dehumanizing, it's anti-black. I don't see how. How can a biological health condition be racist? Hey skinnies, the word obesity is a fatphobic slur. If you're not fat, stay out of fat people's business. The term obese is a slur because it is used to dehumanize and harass us. It's not because our feelings are hurt by an accurate description. It is an outdated term that does more harm than good. And as such, it should be eradicated. That's it. I've said it many times before and I'll say it again. Just because you get rid of the word doesn't mean you get rid of what it actually is. The causes and effects of obesity are still gonna be a thing.
Like if you think about it from their perspective, that if you stop calling people fat, maybe being fat will go away and it will become normal. Because like that's the way they're thinking of it. Why are we acting like these insane opinions to less than 0.01% population are worth talking about? So the reason why it's problematic is that these people put themselves in positions of authority, and then they use this thinking to dictate what other people can and can't say. These are the people that work at your HR office who are constantly trying to call you in, that are mad at you for making some harmless joke. These are the people who are unreasonable and they want everybody else in the world to accommodate their unreasonable behavior. So I think that's the reason why I don't want to be told what to think by these people.
It's almost like education is illegal wherever you people are from. I'm not going to claim to be a medical professional by any means, because I'm really not. I only studied anatomy, physiology, and nutrition for around a year in college, right? But even with the little amounts of information I have on the subject, I still have more than enough knowledge to claim that being morbidly obese is not a good thing. It's not like a neutral body type like in a video game which has no impact on your gameplay. No, it's not like that. It's a serious medical condition and is terrible for your health. You don't even need to study anything to understand that. I feel like most people can tell what a healthy body looks like compared to an unhealthy one. Also simultaneously thinking nothing wrong with being obese. But if that's the case, then why shouldn't we be able to say it? I mean, is it a slur? Is it liberating? Is it fatphobic? I don't even know anymore. Every time I come back to this plus size agenda, it just makes less and less sense. But I hope all of you guys did enjoy the video. Okay, goodbye.
You know why being overweight is one of the smartest things you could do?
Why is that?
Just imagine a zombie apocalypse and there's no food left. Overweight people keep all the food in their belly. Therefore, they would live longer than people who aren't overweight.
Yeah. Good luck outrunning any living creature. There's no way you actually think that being overweight in a zombie apocalypse is a good idea. And side note, zombies aren't real, okay? You just threw your health in the garbage for a fictional story. Doesn't get any dumber than that.
I think it does do really bad damage to like young people. And you see also, by the way, the reason why there's no older fat people in these videos is because they're dead. If you get fat, you're going to die early. So if somebody wants to do that, then I think that's their right. This is their right as an American to be 700 pounds. The problem is that they do them and then they want to be admired for it. They want to be admired and celebrated for doing something that hurts them.